Hello. So I got a great question proposed to me the other day from a dispatcher in the Kansas City area. Was asking me, what do we do when we are so burnt out from work and we've kind of met our word quota for the day, or we're peopled out? How do we stay engaged when we get back home and we really don't feel like it? And so I'm going to try to address that quickly today and just say the first thing you got to do is identify what's really going on to kind of make you that tired and exhausted by the time you get home. Is it actual physical exhaustion? Is it anxiety, or are you just overstimulated? Especially like a dispatch role, but honestly all first responder roles, including healthcare roles. There's a lot of stimulation coming at us all day. So identify where it's coming from, but even when you identify where it's coming from, the same general steps I'm going to give you will apply. So the first thing I would say is preemptively kind of plan how you're going to interact when you get home. And so this is something like giving your spouse a call or your oldest kid a call and saying, hey, mom or dad, I'm at like an 8 today. So you give them a number. A 10 is I'm exhausted and I don't want to talk about anything and I just need some space. 1 is, hey, I had a great day and I'm actually really energized. And then in between there, kind of identify what those numbers mean so you can preemptively come home and they kind of know where you're at before you walk in the door. Then the other thing I would say is on that ride home, make sure you're picking something that changes your mood. So we've talked about this before when we talked about like pre-shift, how to prep for stuff pre-shift, but also on the way home, if you need to make sure you can kind of bump up or energize yourself, maybe listen to a podcast that's like more energizing, or like a comedy podcast, something that changes your mood a little bit. And then you're walking in the door in the right general mindset. The other thing I would say is once you get home, engage in the easy stuff first. And also don't sit yet. I don't know if you guys are like me, but as soon as I get home, if I'm pretty exhausted and I sit, I'm gonna have a hard time getting back up again. So try to pick some easy stuff, like maybe just picking up some easy clutter around the house, organizing something real fast, real short. And then some other things that you can do are try to engage in stuff like something more creative or tangible. So sometimes I'll tell people when they're really fried when they get home, see if you can just like get a puzzle and like start piecing the puzzle together, or some kind of arts and crafts that's real easy, something simple. And that way when people like your kiddos want to engage with you, you can actually have something else to focus on that maybe you can be a little bit less plugged in, checked in, and you can kind of ramp up to dealing and having those conversations with them. And then the other thing that I like to use is I actually have these things in my office. These are like little icebreaker cards. They have like funny little like questions that you can ask kids, and you can also ask your spouse or other relatives. These are really great because sometimes you're just so fried you can't generate your own conversation. These kind of make it easier on people. So these are my things that I use to kind of plug back in when you really don't feel like being engaged at the end of your day.